Hello everyone, and welcome to this presentation. I am Mr. Chauke, the primary lecturer for the model code LADLANA. The aim of this presentation is to give you feedback of assignment 1 and 2 for LADLANA and guidelines for the October-November examination. Thank you for all those students who managed to complete and submit assignment 1 and 2. Most of you did a very excellent job of answering the questions, and I can tell you we enjoyed marking them. In this presentation, I'll give you feedback on assignment questions which some of the students experienced challenges answering. Let us now look at the questions. Question 1. This question contained 3 sections. First, you had to choose a reading passage that is appropriate for grade 9 learners. Next, you had to discuss the requirements that the teacher should consider when selecting a reading text for grade 7 to 9 learners. Discuss 3 approaches that you would use to teach reading to senior phase learners, and to explain how you would encourage or motivate your grade 8 learners to read independently. Question 1.2. The requirements that the teacher should consider when selecting reading text for grade 7 to 9 learners. Please see Unit 6, Section 6.6 of your study guide for the answer to this question. Question 1.3. Discuss 3 approaches, in brackets pre-reading, while reading, and post-reading, that you would use to teach reading to senior phase learners. For the answer to this question, please see page 107 of your LADLANA study guide. Question 1.4. How would you motivate your grade 8 learners to read independently? For the answer to this question, please see page 130 of your LADLANA study guide. Question 2.1. Yogo 2016 states that pre-listening activities activate the prior knowledge of the learner. By referring to the passage you have pasted in 1.1, explain 2 pre-listening activities that you would use to activate the learner's prior knowledge. Please refer to Unit 6 and the CAPS document for the answer to this question. The following are the activities that you should have chosen from to answer question 2.1.1. Set the context, generate interest, activate vocabulary, predict content, activate existing knowledge, review standards of listening, establish purpose. Some students made a mistake of just listing these activities without explaining to us how, for example, they could generate the interest or activate vocabulary. If you did this, you were not awarded full marks in this question. Question 3. Choose any poem you intend to teach that is suitable for grade 9 learners and paste it into your assignment. 3.1. Describe in detail how you will teach the poem to your learners by using each of the following phases of teaching poetry: pre-reading, while reading, post or after reading. To answer the question, Combricks give us guidelines of how poems should be analyzed. You should have referred to Combricks' phases of analyzing the poem. Divide those stages into 3 phases. That is the pre-reading, during reading, and after reading. Then explain what you would be doing with the learners during each of those phases. Assignment 02. Question 1. Discuss the writing process. The writing process is not linear. That is, one does not prepare to write, then write the first draft, and then revise it to produce a final copy. The writing process is a more complex process that involves feedback and rewriting at each stage. Also, one may have to backtrack and repeat part of the process or amend an earlier attempt. The new material will then have to be integrated, and this forces the learners to redraft until the final piece is produced. The writing process involves the following steps: planning or pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing, proofreading, and presenting. For the answer to this question, see page 155 of your LADLANA study guide. Question 1.2. Explain how you would take your learners through the above process when writing a descriptive essay. For this question, you should have referred to writing a descriptive essay, or explaining to learners how to write a descriptive essay using the steps mentioned in question 1.1. If you did this, then you generally did very well. However, there were many students who did not mention the words descriptive essay and proceeded to provide a general discussion on the process approach to writing. If you did this, you were not awarded any marks because you merely repeated the answer for question 1.1 in question 1.2. Question 1.3. Discuss 2 ways in which you will teach spelling to grade 7 learners. The ways of making spelling interesting to the grade 7 learners are the cat-call method, that is the copy, apply tier color, another left hand, look close, write and check, make learning spelling again. Please see Unit 9, page 2 or 8 of your study guide. Question 2. Discuss the following approaches to teaching a language. That's the integrative approach to learning, to teaching a language, and the characteristic of the communicative approach, as set out in the curriculum and policy statement for grade 7 to 9 and in your study guide. You must also refer to your own experience of teaching practice by providing practical examples of how these approaches are used to teach a language. The integrative approach to language teaching. This approach gives a true language environment to learners to develop listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills in a meaningful context. Learners should use the language in the classroom to listen, speak, read, or view written language, and to write language. In this approach, language structures and conventions are taught in context to teach the full language skills effectively. Authentic text, such as current newspaper, magazine articles, advertisements, pamphlets, stories, radio programs, should be used as the basis for learning activities. Text from a range of different genres and the modes such as oral, written, or multimedia text should be used and can be linked through themes. The characteristic of the communicative approach to teaching a language. It is learner-centered, focuses on communication and meaning, focuses on fluency, avoids unnecessary memorization. Language is always based on context, aims to facilitate communication. Drilling is used occasionally. The home language is used intelligently. It aims to promote communication competence. This brings me to the end of my presentation. Pertaining the October-November examination, you will write the October-November examination from 29 October 2021 to 1 November 2021. This is a 3-day or 72 hours examination. Please upload your exam answer sheet 2 hours before the portal closes. The examination question paper for both October, November, and the January-February supplementary examination each consists of 3 questions. Every question is made up of sub-questions that count 50 marks. You will answer 2 questions. The questions will be similar to the questions posed in the assignments. I repeat, they will be similar but not identical. Part of the examination paper is based on the caps. Please ensure that you know sections 2 and 3 of the caps document very well. You might, for example, be expected to discuss different approaches and to explain which the best approach will be to follow when teaching a language. You may also be required to explain what types of activities should be incorporated during the preface, the actual teaching of the specific skill, and the post-phase of teaching, listening, reading, speaking, and writing. Ensure that you are able to discuss what the listening, reading, writing, speaking process entail in terms of the CAPS document. You do not have to know the length of the text or how much time should be spent on the teaching of each skill. Good luck.